Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles coming at you with another toy review. And this time we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Last Jedi Luke Skywalker. And this is the Jedi Master version. And this is from the new Star Wars The Last Jedi toy line from Hasbro from 2017. So the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the packaging. So take a look at the packaging. Really beautiful packaging on this new toy line. I love the Last Jedi packaging. It's really stunning. I love the white on red. You know, we got the red letters on the white. It just looks beautiful. And every figure has their own portrait. There's not one portrait or character that kind of carries the whole series. Like Episode 1 had Darth Maul. This doesn't have that. So if you buy Luke Skywalker, you're gonna get the Luke Skywalker picture. If you buy a Kylo Ren, you're gonna have the Kylo Ren. And like here's Rey. And Rey has the Rey picture as well, and the same thing. And then when you look at, here's Kylo Ren right here, you'll see that they all have their own pictures. And I think that's a really cool touch, and they look beautiful. The picture of Luke Skywalker is absolutely stunning. The detail is absolutely amazing. The other thing you'll also notice, you'll see it says Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master. That's how each figure is labeled on this toy line. And it's also using a Force Link, which is kind of the new gimmick. They don't have any kind of blasters or missile launchers this time. This is very similar to the Comlink stuff from Episode 1. I don't think it's as nice as that, other than the voice stuff, but we'll kind of get into that a little bit later. And I do have one to kind of show you what this figure does. So, and as we go on to the back, this just kind of shows that gimmick. I mean, it's almost like a reverse Spider-Man thing where you wear it on, over your wrist onto the top of your hand, and based on where the figure is and moving and tapping it, you can get him to say different things. But unfortunately, it's very sporadic. I don't know if it doesn't register some stuff. Sometimes it's easier just to put it right up next to the figure, but I can definitely in this review show you the different sounds. So I mean, it's very, pretty much an advertisement on the back for the device, which is sold separately, and other than that, you really can't use this gimmick unless you purchase that device. But a stunning package, and I'm really excited to get this guy opened up. So let's get this guy opened up. So getting this guy out of the package, this was probably my most anticipated figure of this this toy line, as well as the new Kylo Ren. But I was so happy to get this guy, and he looks stunning. One thing to notice, first off, he comes with no accessories other than the cape. There's no lightsaber, no nothing. And there's something that's kind of funny, which I'll show you in a little bit, which is weird. It looks like he should have came with something, but you know, beautiful looking figure. I mean, looks very white on camera, but I mean, he does have a very white tunic with a little bit of beige, and his cloak seems to be beige, but absolutely, you know, fantastic looking detail. You know, looks pretty decent likeness to Mark Hamill. Head is on a ball joint, and then this cloak is removable, and it looks really stunning profile. I love this hood. I love the way it looks, and it almost has like a texture to it, which I'll kind of show up a little bit later. Closer up, you can take it off, and then, you know, he looks great. He does have, you know, his robotic hand, which is detailed pretty good. It's hard to tell on camera, but I mean, looks good. He does have articulation where he has that ball jointed head, which, like the other, the Force Awakens storyline, you can pull this head off. You can switch the heads. They are the same size as the Force Awakens, so you can kind of do custom figures really easy. Just move his arms up and down. And he does have like those Kylo Ren style legs from Episode 1 where his pants are kind of connected to that, which is unfortunate, especially since Rogue One kind of fixed that issue, and it's unfortunate to see it kind of, you know, step back. And he has no articulation in the waist. This belt looks like it's almost glued on, which is pretty cool. It definitely gives it that extra, you know, feel. But let's take a little closer look at this guy. You can see his face, and he looks really, really cool. Like I said, it's a pretty good likeness for Mark Hamill, you know, based on a 3 3/4 inch figure. I mean, you really can't expect a ton of stuff, and they did a really good job with the way he looks. But really, really nice. And you can kind of see on his cloak how it's like textured, and all his clothing almost have like textured prints in it, so it looks really, really nice. And here we have his belt, and you can kind of see how it looks like it's not, you know, it's not like just molded in. It's kind of like almost glued on, like it's molded separately, and I really think that's really, really cool. As we zoom out, you can see, you know, his legs, and you can see that the split right here, and his little joint where how his legs do that weird articulation with that extended piece, like Kylo Ren had in The Force Awakens. But pretty nice. Getting his tunic off, you can see that hand. You can see how it's like, you know, it's got that robotic look to it, but it's molded and just painted almost like a dark gray, so it's very hard to see it. On his other hand, looks like that, and you know, he does have hands that can hold stuff. He doesn't come with anything, which is kind of unfortunate. And the one thing I thought was really weird is if you see this on his belt, this is actually a hook that looks like it should be the hook for a lightsaber. Like he should have come with something, but he doesn't come with anything. Now, I don't know if that's meant for spoilers, like they did with Rey. Rey didn't come with the lightsaber because they didn't want you to know that she was gonna, you know, have those force powers. That was kind of, you know, even though everybody probably kind of expected it, they didn't want to do that, you know, to spoil the movie. Just like the Disney Store had the die-cast ones with Rey, and they released another version with the lightsaber as soon as the movie came out. I wonder if they're going to do something like that, or have another figure, you know, later on. Or he might not even just use his lightsaber, but I mean, it's all about speculation. But overall, really cool. And as we zoom out here, you can see his cloak does actually, you know, stand by itself. I mean, it's a hard molded style cloak, and like I said, it looks really, really cool. It's got really nice texturing to it, and I really like the pattern of the hood on this guy. So gimmick-wise, he does have that comlink thing, which is basically this device right here that you put on your arm, and you strap it to your arm, and you kind of can move the figure around, or having it, you know, on the back side of your hand like this when you're holding the figure. Supposedly, you're supposed to be able to read the figure in your hand. It doesn't work that well. In all honesty, it's easier just to put it up to the figure. So we'll see what it does here. So we'll kind of turn this on.
May the Force be with you.
Sounds nothing like Mark Hamill.
May the Force be with you. May the Force be with you. May the Force be with you.
I don't think he does anything else, which is kind of unfortunate. Let's kind of move him around and see if he does anything.
Come, show you the true meaning of the Force. Trust your instincts. Come, show you the true meaning of the Force.
See if it does anything when you tap it. You're supposed to move it, and he's supposed to do something
Trust your instincts.
very inconsistent. I think that's really all he says, but sounds like nothing like Mark Hamill. Like I said, this is probably the biggest piece of crap on the planet, in all honesty. I'll review this later because it does come with an exclusive Kylo Ren figure. Unfortunately, this is a $29.99 product that comes with the figure, and it's garbage other than making them talk. It doesn't seem, the sensor doesn't seem to read through somebody's hand like when you're playing with it, so it's almost, I mean, it doesn't function very well. I don't know what they were thinking with this. It's kind of an unfortunate gimmick that kind of makes you buy something else. You know, to even get the figures to talk, you have to pay an additional $29.99 to get this device. I don't know if they're going to sell it cheaper separately or if they're going to have a different way of getting it, but it's really unfortunate that they did this. And finally, for size comparison, here we have the Last Jedi Luke Skywalker next to the Last Jedi Kylo Ren. Now, this is the exclusive Kylo Ren that does come with that the little reader, or the power Force Link reader. And you can definitely see that Kylo Ren towers over him. I mean, he's definitely much bigger. I wonder if it's going to be like that in the movies. I don't know really the scale. We haven't seen these two figures, or these two characters next to each other. I mean, but definitely towers over him. And this is the newer looking Kylo Ren. He's very hard to kind of stand. This is not the Kylo Ren you buy separately in the regular packaging, which I'll do a review of a little later. That one doesn't have a mask on. So this is the only way to get one right now for the new toy line that has the mask on it. But really cool look at the contrast. I hope we see these guys square off. You know, these are probably going to be some of my two favorite characters in this series. I love Kylo Ren, and I've always loved Luke Skywalker. He's always been one of my favorites. So I can't really just see these guys interact with each other. But a really nice figure. Probably the biggest downfall to these 3 3/4 inch figures is the articulation. It's kind of always been like that recently. They've kind of gone back, and they only have like the arms and the legs and then the head, so that 5 points of articulation, and that's kind of unfortunate. But this is a classic toy line series for me, the 3 3/4 inch, and I love these guys. I love this Luke Skywalker figure. I was really excited to get him, and I can't wait to see, if they release another one that actually has a lightsaber, or if they re-release this figure with a lightsaber later down the road. But once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.